everyone, I'm April Plank. I'm going to be taking you through a class today on the mat using a yoga block. Now, if you don't have a yoga block, you can pretty much do the entire class without it. It's just going to help us get a little bit more focus on the abdominals and do some fun activities with it. But if you don't have it, you can join along. So let's go ahead and lay down. We're going to start with the block right between the knees. You're going to lay with the soles of the feet flat on the floor, reach the arms long beside you, and give that block a little hug. So you're activating your inner thighs, your pelvic floor, and your deep abdominals already with just a little squeeze. Take a nice inhale, and as you exhale, squeeze that block and come into a little imprint. So you're going to tuck your tailbone slightly, let the small of the back press gently against the mat, squeezing that block, and then go back into your neutral spine. And we'll do that again. So as you exhale, you're going to tuck your tailbone, scoop your abs, slightly go into that imprint as you squeeze the block, and then inhale back to neutral where the tailbone comes back down. And then you're exhaling and tucking and scooping. If you take your hands in a little triangle and put your fingers on your pubic bone and your palms on your hip bones, they should be level. And then when we exhale into that little imprint, your fingers go up above your thumbs. And then when you go back to your neutral, your fingers go down in line with your thumbs. So if you can take a little peek, we're going from neutral pelvis, and then we're squeezing and tucking and going into that imprint. We'll do that a few more times. Inhale into that neutral, and exhale into your imprint. And this will be the last time. We'll go back into neutral, and then back into imprint. Back into neutral, and we'll hold neutral, take the arms beside you now, and let's go into imprint and follow it with a bridge. So you're going to come into your imprint and then start to roll your spine all the way up until you're in a bridge. You have a straight line from the shoulders to the knees, giving that block a little squeeze, and then slowly roll yourself down. So you come through your imprint and then you go all the way back to neutral spine. Let's do that 2 more times. So big exhale as you tuck your tail under, roll through imprint, and come back up into your bridge. Inhale once you're in your bridge, and then exhale as you roll yourself slowly down through imprint and back to neutral. This will be your last one. Big inhale, and then exhale into your imprint. Scoop and roll yourself up, back into your bridge, squeeze that block, and then roll yourself slowly back down through imprint and back to neutral pelvis. Take your legs and lift them into tabletop, holding the block. Take your arms into a goalpost position with the palms facing the ceiling. Let your knees go all the way to the right and keep your left shoulder down. So getting a nice stretch the entire left side. Big exhales, you pull it right back into the center, and then to the other side. We'll go towards the left, keeping your right shoulder down, and then exhale back to the center. That was a nice pop. Hopefully you guys are getting some good pops too. You inhale to one side and exhale back to the center. And then you inhale to the other side and exhale back to the center. Just nice and controlled, warming up through the back. One more on each side, so we'll go towards the left and back to the right, and then back to center. Good. Take that block, and I want you to set it underneath your right foot. So you're going to kind of step it back so that when you're in that bridge position that you were in at the beginning, the block is right under your right foot. So we're going to push into that block and also push into your left foot and go into an uneven bridge. So as you exhale, you're going to lift your hips straight up this time and then go straight back down. So we're hinging from the hips and you're lifting, pushing into the block a little bit more than you're pushing into the floor. So you're lifting straight up and you're lowering right back down. Nice exhale to lift. Inhale, lower down. We're going to build on several layers, and if you feel at any point it gets to be too challenging, just back up to the layer before. So we've got 2 more to go, and then we're going to hold the last one up. So this time you're going to hold the bridge up. You're going to take your left leg and lift it into tabletop, and then tap it right back down. So we're holding the bridge, A lot of work here in the right glute. You're pushing down into the right foot, pushing down into the block, and doing these little toe taps with your left leg. Hips nice and square. 2 more and then we'll build on again. Good. Next one, the leg's going to go straight and we're going to lift it straight up and then lower down to the hover. So you're lifting straight up, lower down to the hover. Lift and extend, back to the hover. Make that footprint on the ceiling and then lower down. You've got 3 and 2. Hold it up. Last thing we'll do is kick the left leg long and low. Kick it right back up. I think you're probably feeling that right leg. I know I definitely am. I'm going down nice and slow. Big kick up. Down nice and slow. Keep lifting the hips, keeping them really square here for 3. Again, this whole thing can be done with the foot on the floor if you do not have a block. 1 more after this. This will be your last one. And then you'll set that left foot down and roll yourself down. Good. Pull the right knee into the chest, give it a little hug, and then take the right leg up to the ceiling and give that calf a little stretch, giving your hamstring a little stretch. And then we'll take the right leg, cross it over your left, pull the left leg in, and give the glute a stretch. So the outer thigh is going to get a little stretch, and the glute gets a little stretch as well. Because we have the other side coming up, so I wanted to give you just a little bit of a release before we go to the other side. All right, let's go ahead and move the block. I like to just kind of move it over with my foot. And then I'm going to make sure that my left foot is on the block in line with my left sitting bone. Arms resting beside you, and then we'll push straight up into our bridge. So lead from your pubic bone, go straight up to the ceiling, and then lead from the tailbone, go straight back down. So nice big exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. And I'm trying to push into my left heel and my left foot really more than my right. So I'm really grounding down into that block. Good. We're going to do that 2 more times. And remember, we're going to build on this side just like we did on the other side. So hold it up the next time. Look at those hips, make sure they're square. Lift your right leg to tabletop and then tap it down. You could even take your hands to the hips as a little kind of proprioceptive exercise to make sure that your hips are not dropping, that you're staying even. It is a little more challenging because you don't have the support of the arms on the floor, but it's a nice teaching tool. Good. 2 more to go. A little hip hinge with the right leg. And then the next time the right leg is up, we'll straighten the right leg, make that footprint on the ceiling, and go straight down to your hover. So it's a nice big squeeze and lift and lower. Big squeeze and lift and lower. Using your breath, pushing into that block. 2 more to go, and then our last set will be the kicks. So the next time you're up, stay there. Kick your right leg down, and then kick it right back towards you. Does not have to be a big kick. I'd rather you keep your hips square and kick less range of motion than make it super duper big and be rocking all over the place. Keep stamping into that left foot. We're almost there, y'all. I don't know where that came from, y'all. Nice job. Last 2. And 1 more. Good work. Let's bring that leg down. Roll your hips down. Pull the left knee into the chest. Give it a little hug. And then take the left leg straight up to the ceiling. Grab behind the calf or the hamstring and give your hamstring a little stretch. And then we'll cross it over for a figure 4. Left leg crosses over the right knee, and then you'll pull the right leg in. And there's the money stretch. That's where you need it. Good. Now that we've got those glutes and legs a little bit warmed up, let's go back into the core. So I'm going to pick up that block and put it in my hands. And I'm going to take the block and bring my right leg to tabletop. I'm going to put the block on my right thigh. And then I'm going to take the pinky finger side of my right hand, and I'm going to push it into the block. So I'm trying to push and karate chop my arm into the block and my knee into the block. Now if you don't have the block, you're just karate chopping the arm and leg together. So this is going to stay active as I move my left side. So push and karate chop the right arm and leg into the block, lift your left leg to tabletop, reach your left arm to the ceiling. The left arm and leg are going to move away from each other, and then they're going to pull right back towards each other. So it's a single leg stretch on the left leg. So I'm reaching the left leg long, reaching the left arm long, and then pulling them right back in. If this is too much with the arm, you can just keep the leg moving and rest the arm down. Now the whole point of the block here is to activate your core. Just because I'm squeezing, I'm really feeling my abdominals engage. Next time the arm and leg are straight, hold them. Now the leg's going to kick straight up, same movement with the arm, and then the leg will go back down. So it's a straight leg lift with the leg, and the arm's doing the exact same thing it was. So we're lifting straight up with the leg. Good. 2 more to go here. And last one to go. Good. Let's come down and switch sides. So we'll set the left foot down. Take the block now on your left thigh. Take the pinky finger side of your left hand and karate chop the block with the forearm. Squeeze that block nice and tight. Bring the right leg to tabletop. Reach the right arm to the ceiling. Keep squeezing your left, and let's move the right. So we're going to reach the right arm and leg away from each other, and then pull them right back in. Reach and press. Pull back in. The more you karate chop with the block, the more you're going to feel the work. If the leg goes too low that you're arching the back, bring it just a little bit higher. You want to keep your pelvis still and stable. Good. The next time we're out, we're going to go to the straight leg kick. So the leg will kick up, the arm will slide down, do the same motion, and then we'll go down with the leg and up with the leg. Arm and leg move in opposition. Keep working your block. 3 and 2 and 1. Nice work. Go ahead and pull both knees into your chest. We're going to take that block between your knees, grab behind your hamstrings, and we're going to take a little bit of momentum to roll yourself up and all the way to seated. Now we'll go into our rolling like a ball. Whoops, my mic fell off. All right, so you're going to have the block in the same position. We're going to grab behind the hamstrings, or you can even grab the shins. I'm going to pull my head towards the block, scoop your abdominals in, and lift your toes. So I'm going to try to keep my head connected to the block the best I can as I roll back. So you're going to inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll up. Put on your brakes by pulling the abs in. Try not to let your toes touch. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll up. Good, I've got that block really close towards my head. I've got my heels, like I'm trying to keep my heels close to my bottom. And if you can squeeze that block as you lift, that can help you engage your abdominals and put it in a little bit of kind of braking action so you can slow your rocking down and come straight and hold at the top. Last 2. And 1 more. Good. From there, send your legs straight out. I'm going to keep that block between my thighs, and I'm just going to give it a little squeeze. Flex your feet, sit up really tall, squeeze that block, reach your arms out in front of you for our spine stretch. Now, this isn't about hinging forward from the hips. This is about rounding over, like you're rounding over a big beach ball. So as you reach forward, it's like someone's giving you a big bear hug, and your belly's pulling back, and then you come straight back up to sit tall. So exhale, dive up and over that beach ball, squeeze your block, activate your inner thighs, and then stack yourself back up. Exhale, squeeze the block, dive over that beach ball, inhale, back up. 3 more to go. And back up. Last 2 here. diving forward, stacking back up, and one more, diving forward and stacking back up. Stay stacked up, take the arms out to a T, and we're gonna do our little spine twist. So squeeze the block, squeeze your legs, sit up really tall in the sit bones. Let's twist to the right 2 times. So you wanna twist, twist a little farther, come back. Other side, twist, twist a little farther, come back. So that second twist, it's like you're trying to wring your waist out. Twist and lift. See how high you can lift your chest as you rotate. Twist and lift. 2 more. Good. 1 more here. And to the center. Take the arms in front of you. Squeeze that block. You're going to roll your spine down nice and slow. And we're going to take it all the way back down to the mat. Slow and steady. 1 vertebrae at a time. When you made it all the way to the mat, reach the arms over the head, take a big stretch. We're going to go into our series of 5. So pull the legs into tabletop, and I want you to grab that block, place it between your hands. So I'm going to hold that block right above my knees as a visual. You're going to take an inhale, nod your chin. Exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders and hold. Now make sure that you didn't tuck your tail underneath you, that you have that flat surface. So your pubic bone and hip bones are in the same plane. You have a nice long length through the abdominals. Your right leg's going to reach long and low, and then we're going to switch it with the left. Single leg stretch. And that block's just right above the knees, and you're looking right to the belly button. If your head gets tired, you can drop your head down and do all the same work with the head down. 1 more right, 1 more left. Pull both knees in. Both legs go out as both arms go over your head. Pull everything back in. We'll take a break after this series. Double leg stretch. Inhale, everything goes away. Exhale, everything comes in. If the head needs to lower down, please lower it down. My neck's actually been feeling really good, so I've been keeping mine up, and it's been working for me. Last 2. And 1. Good. Now you can lower the head down. Take the right leg up towards the block. Take your left leg long and low. You're going to tap towards the block twice and switch. Tap, tap, and switch. Keep your shoulders sliding down in your back. Little squeeze on that block as you do a little tap, tap, and tap, tap. And we're just going to keep the head down for this one. Big exhale to switch. Big exhale, switch. Let's go 1 more right and 1 more left. And then we'll take both legs up and take the block between your ankles. So you've got the block between your ankles. Hands are going to go behind your head. I want you to lift your head, neck, and shoulders again. Make sure you drop that tailbone. You've got a nice flat belly. We're going to inhale the legs away. Big exhales, you squeeze the block to bring them back up. Now it doesn't have to be a big motion. You're just going as far as you can down without arching and popping through your rib cage. Inhale, lowering the legs. Exhale and lifting the legs. Two more to go. And last one. Nice. And then we'll take the block, take it away from where it was, rest everything down. The last one we'll do is the crisscross. We aren't going to use the block for this, so set the block to the side. Bring your legs in tabletop, hands behind the head, elbows wide. Big exhale to lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Extend your right leg long, and then take your right shoulder across your body, pulse twice, and then we'll switch. Take the left leg long, take the left shoulder across the body, pulse, pulse, and switch. That second pulse is really important. It just gives you a little time of holding that side position and you can get a little higher. So you're pulsing, pulsing a little higher, pulsing, pulsing a little higher. We'll go 4 and 3 and 2. Get ready to hold on this last one. Hold here. Extend the right arm long to the diagonal and pulse the upper body. 10, 9, 8, 7, 4 and 3, 2. Take the right hand behind the head, switch, left leg goes out, right leg comes in, left arm will go across the body and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull both knees in and give yourself a little hug. Grab onto your legs. You're going to roll yourself all the way up. Bring those feet about the width of the mat for our saw. So arms go out, reaching nice and long to the opposite sides of the room. Sit up really tall on your sits bones. Let's twist to the left first. So you're going to rotate towards the left. You're going to dive forward. Remember, you're diving over that beach ball. Your right fingers trying to chop off your little right baby toe. And then we'll come up and then back to the center. Twist to your right. Dive over that beach ball. Come right back up and back to the center. So it's an exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. So you exhale, twist, exhale, dive, inhale, lift, inhale, twist. So it's twist, inhale, up and up. Nice job. Feels really good on your back. Really great. Just twist your spine. One more on each side. And last one here. Good. Come back up, set the hands down. Go ahead and bend your knees again. We're going to go into the second variation of rolling like a ball, and this is open leg rocker. So I'm going to grab my ankles, pull my head to my knees, roll off the sitting bones, and lift your legs. So you're in that nice round scoop position. From here, we're going to roll back and roll forward. We're just going to get the rolling before we add the legs. Again, 2 more times. Rolling back and rolling forward. One more time here, rolling back and forward. Now once you're here, lift your chest up, try to come out of that C curve, take your right leg, reach it long, and then bend it. Same thing with the left, reach it long and bend. Let's keep alternating right and left. 2 more times on each side. So we're balancing on those sitting bones, and you're lifting one leg at a time. One more right, one more left. Hold both legs bent, 3 more rolls. Tuck the chin towards the chest, rolling back and rolling forward for 3, rolling back and forward for 2. This will be your last one, and roll forward. All right, lift your chest. And we're going to either, option 1, go back to one leg at a time, opening and closing. Or if you can, both legs are going to go at the same time. It requires a lot of hamstring flexibility. Both legs lift, both legs bend. Both legs lift, both legs bend. So you're either doing that single leg that we did before, or you're doing your double legs. And then for the very last set of rolling, we're going to either roll with your legs bent, or if you can, keep your legs straight. Roll your chin to your chest, and here we go. 3 times, rolling back, roll forward, press your chest forward and hold. 2 more. You round your spine and roll back. You roll up, and lift your chest. A lot of abs here. 1 more. Roll back, come forward and lift the chest, and then bring the legs together. You can have the legs bent or straight. We're going to release the arms and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Come all the way up and grab your block. Good work. Okay, so we're going to put the block between our inner thighs, and we're going to give that block a squeeze. Hands on the mat. Wrists in line with your shoulders, knees in line with your hips. Let's turn our toes underneath you. Give that block a big squeeze and lift your knees. We're going to hold this hover. You've got a straight line from the crown of the head to the tailbone. You're pulling those abs in tight. You're squeezing that block tight. We're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the knees down and rest. Second set, slide the hands a little farther forward. Now, if this is too much on the wrist, you can always do this on the elbows. Second set, you're going to lift your knees and straighten your legs. Tuck your tail underneath you. Pull your shoulders back and down, lift your sternum forward, squeeze that block, and hold it for 10, 9, nice easy breathing, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees down, back into that tabletop position. Third and final one, we'll go, again, hands a little bit in front of the shoulders. And when you're ready, let's come back up to that plank. Again, you can be on the wrist if you need to. Tuck your tail under, roll your shoulders back, lift your sternum forward. You're going to rock your toes forward, rock your heels back. So you're rocking forward and back. Working some shoulder stability here as we work our core. Squeeze that block. That's going to help you activate your abdominals. I love the block here. Don't worry, we are almost done. I didn't lose count. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Set the knees down and press into a little child's pose. From here, let's take the block and we're going to lay on our side. So I'm going to put the block, I'm going to put it tall. It's going to be kind of more challenging to have it tall versus kind of medium versus easy. So I'm going to put it up a little bit to make it a little more challenging. So I'm going to put my left elbow in line with my left shoulder. I'm going to have my whole body stacked one on top of the other, and my top leg is going to be reaching right out and over that block. My bottom leg will be bent, and I'm going to pull up my rib cage so I'm active through my whole side of my waist. So this leg's going to lift up above the block, down to tap the block. Up above the block, down to tap the block. My shoulders, my hips, everything's square to the front, and I'm just doing an outer thigh lift. So it's a very isolated, concentrated movement right here in the side. Good, nice little lift, squeeze, and back. Little lift, and lower. Last 2, and then we're going to do my favorite hot potato. So when your leg is up the next time, you're going to bring it in front of the block, tap, bring it over the block to the back, and tap. So you're going up over the block and tap, like a little rainbow, back and tap, making a little rainbow. Now notice we're trying not to move from the hip to the head. You're just moving that leg up and tap, and back and tap. Forward and tap, and back and tap. Forward and tap, and back and tap. One more set of singles, and then we're going to do little pulses. So you're going to go forward, tap 3, 2, 1, bring it up. Go 3, 2, 1, bring it up. Go 3, 2, 1, bring it up. 3, 2, 1, bring it up. 3, 2, 1, you've got it. Now we're going to go for 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and up. 6, 5. Only 3 sets of this. That's all you need. And up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and up. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and up. Hold it on top of the block. Little circles. 5, 4, 3, 2. Circle back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull that knee in. We are done with that. Come all the way up. Let's sit in a mermaid the other direction to give that hip a little stretch. So I have my right leg in front of me. My left leg is to the side, so like a little Z stretch or mermaid. I'm going to take my block down and put my right elbow on the block, and I'm going to lean over towards the block. And then I'll come up and over and do an opposite stretch to the other side. And then again, I'll go towards the block, elbow on the block, extending the left arm over the head. And then to the other side. And then one more time, elbow on the block, and extend to the other side. Nice job. Okay, let's make our way to our belly facing your block. So we're going to lay all the way down. I'm going to put the block a little bit in front of me, and then I'm going to have my elbows right in line with my shoulders. My pinky fingers are going to karate chop into the block, and that's going to help me rotate my shoulders in a good position. So my thumbs are kind of pointing out. I'm going to push my pubic bone down into the mat, squeeze the block, and then start to lift my chest up. So it's almost like I have this sensation that I'm trying to slide away from my legs. But I'm tucking my tail slightly so I'm not dumping in my low back. So lift your sternum, lift your heart, squeeze the block, rotate the thumbs open, push away from your legs, roll your shoulders back, and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. You can bring your head down to the block, and then we're going to press the block away. From here, I'm going to still hold the block, and I'm going to hold it with my palms facing each other. I'm going to reach my legs as far away from my arms as I can. I'm going to try to grow 2 inches longer here, just laying on my belly. Push your pubic bone into the mat, and then take your right leg and just lift it and hover it, and then take your left arm and lift it and hover it. So your right leg all the way to your left arm is extended up and off of the mat, and then bring all of that back down to switch. So I'm going to reach back, lengthening through my whole body, push my pubic bone down, and then lift the left leg up, and then my right arm's going to lift up, and I'm going to feel that diagonal stretch from fingertip to toe. Reach, 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 and then bring it back down. Let's do it again on the other side. So right leg reaches, left arm, but it's not about how high we're going, it's about how long you're making your body, and then bring it back down. Other side, reach and extend right fingertip to left toes and bring it down. One more each side. Reach, reach, reach and bring it down. Last one here. Reach and bring it down. Take your hands right to your sides and push back into a child's pose, rounding the back. From this child's pose, let's go forward one more time. We're going to, again, grab onto the block. You're going to have your palms facing up. You're going to karate chop your pinky fingers into the block. You're going to lift your sternum forward, roll your shoulders back, pull your abs in, and then we'll go into the leg, single leg kick. So your right leg's going to kick, kick, and then reach and extend. Left leg, kick, kick, reach and extend. Good. So I'm using that block, and I'm pushing into the block to keep my shoulders pressing back and down to lift my sternum forward. And I'm trying to kick my leg twice and then reach it long away. Kick it twice, reach it long away. One more on the right, and one more on the left, and then I'll release everything down. Slide your block away from you. Put your left ear on the mat. Take your hands behind your head. I'm going to look down so you can hear me in the mic. So your left ear's on the mat. Hands are behind your back, not your head. Sorry about that. Elbows resting to your sides. This time, make your legs as long as you can. You're going to kick 3 times. Kick, point, kick, flex, kick, point. Then reach your legs long. Send your arms behind you. Lift your sternum in front of you. Look down to the mat. Find that big back extension, and then we'll do the other side. So right ear to the mat, hands to the small of the back, kick your feet point, kick them flex, kick them point, and then reach your legs away, reach your sternum forward, pull your arms backwards. Let's go to the other side again. So it's kick, 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 and lift your chest, reach your legs down. And to the left, kick, kick, kick and lift and extend. 2 more on each side. And lift. And then the side is basically changing the head from one side to the other. Still the same exercise. Good, this will be your last one. Really nice back extension work. And then we'll come all the way down, take the hands to the sides, and we'll push back into the child's pose again. Giving your back just a little stretch after all that extension. Okay, we have our other side to do, so I want you to lay on your right side this time, and I'm going to put my block at the highest position, and you can choose which position you want to put your block on. So I'm going to put my right elbow in line with my right shoulder. My hips are stacked, my shoulders are stacked. My top leg is just right on top of that block. My hips are facing forward, shoulders facing forward. I'm pulling up with this bottom rib cage, so I'm active through my abs here. And then that left leg is going to tap the block and lift up. Little tap, squeeze and lift. It can't go too high because I'm not externally rotating. So if my hips are facing forward, I only have so much range of motion, but I'm really trying to focus right here on the side of the leg. 3 more, and 2, nice job y'all. There it is again, and then we'll go forward above the block, and you're gonna tap and up, tap and up. Just a little rainbow. So you're rainbowing forward and back, and forward and back. This is not easy, but you're doing great. Get ready for our hot potato. 1 more single, forward and back. And here we go. Hot potato, 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, and up. Is this side harder or is it just me? And up. 3, 2. We can do it, right? 1 more hot potato, 3. 1 more hot potato, 3. Now into 6. You've got 3 sets. 5, 4, 3, 2, and up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and up. 6, 5, 4. Nice job. And up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last set. I always love the last set. And up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on top. Little circles. 5, 4, 3, 2. Reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull that knee in. Oh, come all the way into your mermaid. So your left leg's going to cross in front, right leg to the side. I like to put the block down low. I'm going to put my elbow on the block and just lean into that side. And then come up and lean away, getting that big stretch through my left side. And then back to the block and lean into the block. And then the opposite side. 1 more to go. Into the block. And away from the block. Nice work. And then we'll come all the way up. Let's face our block again on our hands and knees. And then we're going to take that block and pop it between your inner thighs again, giving it a squeeze. Back into our tabletop position. Squeeze that block. You're going to lift your knees and then straighten your legs. Press into a little down dog position. And then walk your hands all the way back so that you can just hang out here and let your back stretch. So depending on your hamstring flexibility, you may have a big bend in your knee, and that's totally fine. And you might want to change the placement of the block too to slide it back or forward, wherever it feels most comfortable. You're just giving that block a nice squeeze. And then you're going to start to roll your spine up 1 vertebrae at a time. You're just stacking your spine up 1 vertebrae on top of the other. When you get to the top, take a nice big inhale, reach the arms up. Feel that length from the fingertips to the heels. And then exhale the arms down. So there's a wall behind you. You're right up against the wall, and we're going to start to peel ourselves away from the wall. So draw your chin slightly to the chest. Roll yourself down, rolling away from the wall, one vertebrae at a time. Coming back down. We're going to walk ourselves all the way out to a push-up position, finding that plank position. Now, if you need to, you can drop your knees down. I'm going to do that for the first set for sure. We're going to go into Chaturanga Push-Ups with your elbows, or tricep push-ups. So your elbows are going to go back by your sides, and then you're going to push straight up. Now, if your block gets in the way, you slide it back a little bit. So I'm bending my elbows, pushing my arms. Now keep the back of the neck long. Look right to the tip of the nose. One more to go. When you get up to your high push-up, lift your knees if they're down, and then squeeze the block as you walk your whole body back into that forward bend. Head, neck, shoulder relax. And go ahead and stack your spine back up, one vertebrae at a time against that imaginary wall. Big inhales, the arms go up and over your head, and then release the arms to the side. That was one. Here we go, second round. Take an inhale. 3 to go, 3 rounds. So we've already done 1. This is number 2. Roll yourself all the way down. Walk it all the way out. Remember, you can go to the elbows if you need to here and just hold a plank. We're going to go to our push-ups. You can have your knees down. I'm going to try with my knees lifted. I'm going to lower down, elbows close to the waist, and push. Lower down, push. Do as many as you can with good form. I think for me it's 3, and then I'm going to drop the knees down and continue. We're doing around 8 of them. If you can, if that form doesn't work for you, stay up and hold your plank. After 8, lift the knees if they're down. Walk yourself all the way back. Find that nice forward bend. And then roll yourself back up, stacking the spine. Big inhale to send the arms over your head. And then exhale the arms to the side. Third and final one. Big inhale to prepare. Exhale as you roll yourself down that imaginary wall. Let's push all the way out. So if the push-ups aren't working for you, you can just hold plank. If you need to, you can drop to your elbows. I'm going to do 8 push-ups. I'm going to start in plank, do as many as I can with good form, and then I'll drop to my knees. I'm going to try to get 3. Then I'm going to put my knees down. Lift your gaze. I always find myself looking down. I want to look right up in front of me. Good. When you finish as many as you can, up to 8, lift the knees, walk yourself all the way back. Roll yourself slowly up, stacking your spine and sitting up tall. Okay, take the block in your hands. A little bit of balance work, and then we are done. So I'm going to have my weight in my left leg. I'm going to bring my right knee up to tabletop. I'm going to hold the block right at my sternum. So if you're familiar with yoga, this is a variation of Warrior 3. It's also used in Pilates quite a bit. So I'm going to press my right leg back as I start to hinge forward. A little bend in your left leg so that you're not locking. See, I'm already wobbling, so you've got to find that point where you're going to stare at. Keep your balance. So your hips are square. You're reaching through that right leg, reaching it back behind you. And then for more challenge, shoot your arms over your head in line with your ears, and we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way back up. Pull the right knee back in towards your tabletop, and then send it right down. Good job. Let's try the other side. I think that was my hard side. Let's see. So I'll pull the left leg into tabletop, standing nice and tall to start. And then you're going to start to hinge forward, shoot your left leg back behind you, little bend in your right leg. No, this side's just as hard. And then your hips are square to the floor. When you're ready, or if you're ready, the arms are going to go over the head and you're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up, pull the left leg back into tabletop, and send it down, release the arms. Let's do one more on each side, and that'll be it. So bring the block right by your sternum, Right leg to tabletop. Find your gazing point, find your balance. You can squeeze into that block. That's going to help you connect everything in for balance. And then we're going to lean forward, little bend in that left knee. Reach your right leg back. Stay here. This is great. This is awesome balance right here already. And if you can, shoot the arms over your ears. We're going to hold it for 5. Second round's a little easier. 3, 2, 1. Bring the block back in. Bring yourself up. Bring the leg into tabletop. Set it down. Release the block. Nice work. Okay, last one. So let's root down through the right foot. Bring the left leg to tabletop. Block to the sternum. Big inhale. Here we go. We're going to bend the right knee slightly. Reach our chest forward. Reach the left leg back. Square your hips. And the grand finale, the arms go over your head and you hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands back in. Bring yourself up. Leg to tabletop. Release the leg all the way down. Let's put the block back between our inner thighs. Standing up nice and tall. One big inhale, reach the arms up and over the head. And then melt yourself down one vertebrae at a time. Coming into that forward bend. Let your head, neck, and shoulders relax. This time I want you to take your hands and grab opposite elbows and just kind of give those elbows a pull to drop your chest a little more, to stretch your back a little bit more. And then we'll release the hands down. You're going to walk yourself out and then just let your knees come down into tabletop. So your knees are on the floor, turn your toes underneath you. Take your right arm and reach it up to the ceiling, big extension, and then thread it through, bringing the right ear to the mat and your right shoulder to the mat. And then come back to where you started. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling, big extension, and then thread it through, bringing your left ear to the mat, left shoulder to the mat. And then come back up for one more round through. We'll go a little bit bigger. Reach the right arm up, big inhale. Exhale as you thread the needle, right ear to the mat, right shoulder to the mat. And come back up to where you started. One more time, left arm, reach it up, big inhale to stretch. Exhale as you bring your left shoulder, left ear to the mat, rotating down and across. And then come back to where you started. Take the block and bring it in front of you. And then we're just going to have a seat and bring your legs around to the block. Last thing, we're going to roll all the way back. So I want you to put the block between your knees. Sit up nice and tall. Reach the arms right out in front of you. And then just start to roll your spine down. Make this the slowest movement you've made today. Try to squeeze that block as much as you can. It's going to help clear the back. It's going to engage more muscles to assist you so you can very slowly, with a lot of control, come all the way down. When you've gone down, reach the arms over the head, pull the knees into your chest, give those knees a little hug. We're going to bring the legs back to tabletop and finish how we started with the arms in a goalpost position. We're going to let the legs go all the way to the right, keeping your left shoulder down. Big exhale to the center. Legs go all the way to the left, keeping the right shoulder down. And then back to the center. 2 more to each side. To the right with the knees, left shoulder stays weighted. And then back down. And to the left with the knees, the right arm stays weighted. One more each side. Just giving that back one final little stretch. Back to the center when you're done. You can take the block off to the side, pull your knees into your chest, just rock side to side, giving your back a little massage. And then you can rock all the way up or to the side. We're gonna roll all the way up to seated. And you guys made it. Awesome job today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the workout. And let me know if you have any questions, comments, ideas for new workouts. I would love to hear your opinions. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Take care.